Okay, welcome back to our Cleopatra Deity game. In the last episode, we finished our war with Gandhi. We got quite a bit of war reparations from him, not only a bunch of amenities to pay for all the damage he's done to our war weariness, but we also officially gained control of Patna via ceding, and we actually got Agra. So we were able to get two cities out of the deal. We chose Agra over two smaller cities just because we wanted to be able to attack Delhi from two fronts later on, having that positioning and that value if we needed it to. Agra had the Colosseum and Patna had the pyramid, so he has been a wonder-building whore for this whole game. Because if we look at Delhi, it's got the Hanging Gardens, the Great Lighthouse, a builder. Oh, we can finally make corps and fleets. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And I think this is a good time to switch out some policies. I don't really care for production right now. 50% discount on all upgrades will be good for the catapults that we have to upgrade. We might just put in some rationalism for 100% plus for science from campus and district buildings. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk, and I'm going to... I want to keep our science and our culture going from the trade routes. I mean, we don't really have a lot of science building. I think we're getting something like... We're getting pretty close to 14 or 15 science and culture per turn from Trade Confederation. So I just need to see how much we're going to actually get from the science from campus district buildings. Oh, you know what? We can always switch back. We can always switch back, and, we'll probably have to switch back sooner or later to get professional army out of there. Not that we necessarily need to worry about that. So that looked like it did about a 20 science jump up. So I'm kind of okay with that. Amenity-wise, yeah, everybody looks like they went to -2 after that change. Maybe we jumped the gun on being able to do that given our war weariness problems holding over from the next game. But this is not, the negative to production right now. Not a huge deal. It's not going to set us back too much. I mean, we're already producing more than we can even handle in terms of modern era units. And I'm really trying to figure out what to do with this builder. I think we're just going to buy the border tiles and just get it over with because who cares? You go to Toronto. Civic-wise, I want to get us... You see, I want to go for urbanization. But growing is going to be irrelevant if we don't have the amenity situation fixed. I mean, eventually Gandhi is going to stop giving us, within the next 30 turns, or if they declare war within 10 turns like they have been doing. They have been going back and forth, so we're going to go for natural history. We're just going to hard research both of them. It'll be fine. We'll go urbanization. And then we'll try to beeline towards maybe communism or democracy. Sometimes I go communism because of the... when I go science victory, just for the production. The production in the end almost is always the bottleneck for science victories. Which is another reason I'm not too worried about what's going on elsewhere. This is not a very good great merchant. But somebody bought out the last great merchant. I guess I should check the gossip, or, I wish I could go back to the logs and check the gossip. I want to see who got Mary Catherine, because it wasn't India and it wasn't America. So that doesn't concern me too much. But let's go with some commercial hub investments. Let's try to position ourselves for that. Just commercial hub investments. Akhenaten can create another district, but the question is, do I want to put down another... Oh wait, we already has an entertainment complex, so never mind. Yeah, just put down a campus. We could get a +1 if we put it in between here, between the two, but I'm just going to put it on the desert because the desert doesn't matter, and the +1 science doesn't matter. It matters even less, so... Now let's go ahead and build a spy over here. And now let's have some fun combining some frigates into fleets. Let's try to maximize our experience here. We want to get as many units with experience going into units with not any experience as possible to maximize the use of these fleets. And this is going to actually dramatically increase our power without increasing... And actually decreases our... It's actually been decreasing our maintenance per turn, which is awesome. And I don't think we have any other frigates with experience here, so I am going to go ahead and combine these. Well, this actually can be promoted, so let's go ahead and promote it. I want the district defenses. We'll combine them next turn. This ironclad, we will combine with another ironclad and take advantage there. We will combine those two ironclads and these two frigates. Now, we can't upgrade crossbowmen yet, but we can upgrade our catapults. So let's go to each catapult and, well, let's form a core there first. Let's upgrade you. Flint boost siege tactics. Get all these guys together. Another catapult. And do we have any catapults left? We have 1,000,000 traders. Privateers, ironclads, frigates. Oh, we have a warrior still. Crossbow. We have a catapult. Aha. Oh wait, that'll wait till next turn. So that's it. No, I guess we did have one more guy left with a promotion. I just forgot. Spain is actually pretty coastal too. I mean, we could just take Spain out. I kind of hope they declare war on us for God knows whatever reason. Washington. We are touring around the world with the instead of the Great White Fleet that Teddy Roosevelt sailed around the world to show off American naval power. We are gonna sail around the Great Raw Fleet around the world to show off our supreme naval power. We are gonna go on a tour on the world to show that we are superior. And let's see. Ah! We stole rifling. Awesome. And I don't even think he got caught. He got promoted. Alright. Wow. I think that's the first time I've actually gotten away with stealing a tech where the guy didn't get caught. My guys have not had a good history with... I've not had a good history with actually pulling off espionage. I've had to resort to more overt tactics in the past. And You know, let's start building some musketmen. Just, you know, except for where we're doing campus research grants, the muskets will actually, and, yeah, steal another tech boost. Wait, no. Upgrade first. Siphon funds. Quartermaster. If this spy is in home territory, all your spies operate at level, plus level, 1 level. I might just do Quartermaster. And again, I'm not too worried about it, but what we can do is just prepare him for the future. Because at some point we will have to send him back because the AI will start sabotaging our factories and our power plants and all the good that we try to do in the world. Especially France, because France, well, are the French, and they can't, you know, they believe in nothing good in this world. At least insofar as my history with them in civilization. The actual French people are quite nice. I quite enjoy them. Oh yeah, we wanted to make a fleet there. Come back. Come back. Promotion available, but it won't matter. And this fleet will just come home. We might use this fleet to explore a little bit northern, but I do want to kind of... Well, so much for going more north. This fleet kind of took care of that. And Madrid is actually really close. I feel like they're kind of hovering this navy back and forth and, like, deciding whether or not they want to go to war with us or not. Philip is crazy enough to do something stupid like that. And my guess is he'll probably try to drag Gandhi into the war too, because that's what everybody does in this game. Is this actually part of our continent? No, this is... No, wait, that's settler. And this is appeal, if I could get continent, right? Terra Australis. Well... It's actually part... You know, Jakarta is actually part of Kumari Kandam. Or Kandam, I don't know. Just... Actually, a decently sized continent with our footholds on it. And I think we have pretty much pretty much complete control over Laurentia, which is good. And this whole time, we could have been sitting there waiting for a new turn to go by. Brazil's territory looks just quite pathetic. I mean, they had it. Wow. You know, I would almost say that Brazil was working on Petra and we stole it from them if I didn't know for a fact that this city was not a city until more recent history, until after the Petra was built. Because remember, our great merchant actually took the sugar resource there from them. Or not took it, but just made a copy, sent it to our capital, and now we have it. Arabia has learned how to fly. And there we go. See, an enemy spy succeeded their sabotaging of the industrial zone in Sais. You know what? I believe you. I agree with you for once. And you still need to shut up about it. That's all I gotta say. And this... I don't know why this... I must have fat-fingered it or something and made it not upgrade. Bombards. Yay, our military is better organized. We got a boost towards mobilization. Excellent. We still need a farm down there. And a farm down there would be more productive than putting a farm right there. So I'm going to put a farm there, and I'm going to put a farm there, because then we'll get the adjacency bonuses for the farms. Edfu. Build a musketman. 74% chance of tech boost. I like that. Yes, please, steal me a tech. And the French... You know, it's funny how distances tend to shrink. Friendship expired with Saladin. Will Saladin give us friendship back, or do they just think that we are a... Well, we're still allied, so I guess we can't get the friendship back. Will you give us Blood of the Martyr for 89 gold per turn, and... Can I even store that? Do I even want that? Do I want the extra tourism? I'll check on that later. I don't think I can store that. I would be very surprised if I could. I mean, I guess I could in one of Gandhi's cities that we had. And look at Arabia just expanding out of it. I guess they kind of got... Yeah, I guess they got delayed early on in the game. And actually, I want to send that fleet back to friendly waters. Yeah, in retrospect, taking away a lot of those amenity bonuses that we had was not a fabulous idea, but you live and you learn and you move on. The astronomy technology. Can I get astronomy like in a ridiculous... Yes, I actually can. I'm going to get astronomy. Tala Palace. I wonder if... Has Oxford been built yet? I think Oxford's already been built. I feel like I saw a notification for that, so I'm not necessarily going to worry about beelining for Oxford. Oxford would have been a good one to get. Again, in retrospect, in this game, I mean, I used to beeline Oxford in 5, but in this game, I just find myself forgetting about it. It's not... I've never, in none of my science victories or anything like that have I ever, focused on it as vitally important. And that might be partly because I live by, I've lived a lot by the sword. Oh yeah, Sice is where, yeah, our factories are on fire. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I love seeing that. Favorite thing. What I wanted to check on was not great people, but this is a good thing to check on anyway. We're not making a whole lot of progress for our scientists. But I think I might be okay if we lose this one, because I'm going to be more interested in whatever comes out next. Probably going to get that Great Admiral, not that it really matters. Well, instantly creates a battleship unit with 1 promotion. I like that. Battleships are good, but the cost of a battleship is quite cheap to us. We're going to research astronomy to switch over that tech. And I'll remember what I wanted to look up. Oh yeah, I wanted to look up if we actually have enough great work slots for another relic. And we actually do in Gandhi's area. It gives us 12 faith and 24 tourism. And 20 gold per turn, or even 89 gold per turn. I mean, I don't necessarily want to give that up. I mean, I am kind of a cheapskate, but it's not going to hurt us that much. I mean, we're at 200 plus 234 gold per turn. At the moment, there's not a lot of gold per turn that we need to worry about, and I believe it's only 30 turns worth, so... That would give Arabia a ridiculous amount of gold for basically nothing, but we would gain the tourism, and that would be mostly just... I'd mostly be building for defense, but, the question is, do we really need to worry about it? Or am I just being greedy? Do I just want the relics of people that I don't have religions from? Because I'm like, hey, look at these people. They're worshipping funny people dying on funny items. We are atheists in the Empire of Ra. Other than our Pantheon bonus, we worship the open sky. That's it. We're Tengri, we'd be good followers for Tengriism because we worship the open sky, the great sky. Yeah, go ahead and build a musketman. Why not? And one turn, you know, like one production frigates are pretty awesome. We have 2 envoys. And let's actually get the suzerain status of Hong Kong. Why not? Actually, we are working quite a bit of city projects, and 20% production bonus towards them is good. We'll get access to copper and sheep, which I don't really care about. I don't really care about Stockholm's bonus of the great artists. I don't really need them in anything like that. 15% plus science when I'm not at war. It's good, but I'll probably be at war again, and I don't have 6 envoys to spend. So, well, all we have to do with Stockholm is construct an encampment. We should have done that ages ago, but...
Organisms don't think of CO2 as a poison. Plants and organisms that make shells, coral, think of it as a building block.
You know, I've always kind of wanted the Great Barrier Reef. It looks like a really good wonder. I mean, 3 food, 2 science, you know, for coastal tiles, with as weak as coastal tiles are in this game, that's actually quite good. You know, quite good for a city, so that would be... in one of these games, I would like to actually get that city, or get a city around using the Great Barrier Reef. I think it could be quite beneficial. And the fleet head back to the homeland. Oh, I should have switched off colonialism. I could have gone back to civil engineering. I'll go ahead and do it now. 7 different specialty districts. Wow. I could have probably had that. For sure I could have had that by now, but... what can I say? I don't want, you know... I don't want any theaters. I don't want my people to be cultural. They are inherently culturally awesome just being... Egyptians. That's it. Just by being an Egyptians, they are by default amazing people. You know, they're generating 100 culture per turn by themselves. So let's see. You know, I might consider speeding up some of the times in some of the recordings here as we start getting more into the modern era, because, and just, you know, unpause it when we get to something interesting that happens in terms of recording speeds, because we're just not seeing a whole lot of action going on right now. And Memphis, stop what you're doing. No, Memphis, join the campus research grant vote, and that'll be good enough. That'll be fine. Amsterdam, looks like the privateer over there has ended its journey. Let's flush out. Let's see what's in the south. Let's see if there's a southwest passage, which it looks like there is. Oh my God, there's a south. If there is a southwest passage through here, which that looks like it's ocean, that could have led us to Agra for an easy invasion, I am gonna laugh. It just, you know, that would go to show you why you should always explore as much as humanly possible. It's incredibly important in Civ in general to explore, to see what the terrain is and what everything is around you. I generally explore more than I did in this game, but I got lazy, to be honest with you. You know, we could have made ships a lot easier. We could have explored that way a lot easier, but we didn't. And if there's a great southwest passage through the ice, then we will, you know, we could have potentially gotten 3 cities out of it much earlier, but the whole reason we pieced out anyway with, the only reason we pieced out to begin with was the fact that they are in the, quite advanced. I think they were in the atomic era, so their bombards from their cities were just ridiculously, I mean, they could one-shot a frigate, and we're too far away from battleships to be able to deal with that, so that was not very good. On the bright side, when we go for science victory, we'll actually get satellites and reveal the whole map and be able to look around at all the spiffy little areas in the map. One area where early exploration, thorough exploration did not come back to bite us was right here with this mountain district. Had this been an open tile, that would have come back to haunt us because we could have gotten in, or even if that one, because 5 slot adjacency bonuses to a campus versus 2 would have been worth buying the tile and saying, okay, we're going to put it right there. But in the case, we only lost out on 3.
Astronomy is much more fun.
And now we have astronomy. We can go back to ballistics, and we're going to go for steel again and get our battleships up and rolling. And then I think we're going to go and just beeline straight to rocketry. I think that's going to be the best, get the research labs up, get everything up there. Might actually stop over before that and get power plants. Not that we're suffering much from production, and let's repair Sice because that was annoying. Who's this? Is this Thebes? Yes, this is Thebes. The Potala Palace has not been taken yet. This actually could be... I don't care about the +2 culture, I don't care about the +3 faith, but I do care about the +1 diplomatic policy slot. Not that it's the most powerful thing on the planet. It'd be something that if I was producing and I lost, I would be okay. It's just got to be on a hill adjacent to a mountain, which means this is pretty much where it's got to be, which is going to take away the adjacency bonus from the. If we resumed ownership of this tile over to Thebes, then we could. We are getting a little bit more production in rocket debt. And if we... Oh, I didn't need to swap that over. But we have domination of this tile away. Even, this city just doesn't have anything. No, I don't want you to purchase tile. I actually just want to swap this back to my ownership. Again, not that it mattered too much. 4 and 5. Let's build something out for 2 turns, and then let's decide. I don't need a builder. Do commercial hub investments. Not going to build the Potala Palace there. The fact that it's actually harder for some of these wonders to get built, I quite like actually the fact that they do have special conditions for where a wonder can be built like that. I know, opinions kind of divided. I know a lot of the wonders people feel are just very underwhelming, and they certainly aren't necessarily as powerful as they have been in, say, Civ 5, but I have quite enjoyed the fact that them working the way they have. Oh, nope, okay, so there was no Southwest Passage, so I do feel better. I feel a little bit better about that. Never mind everything that I said about, early exploration. I'm just kidding. Always explore. Anyway, what I was saying is the wonders, I do like them because I find that myself on the higher level difficulties actually having a chance of getting the wonders and actually being able to build things up because of the restrictions. Otherwise, you still get a civ like Gandhi in this game where they're just spamming wonder. But, it does happen a little bit less just because of natural restrictions, so. Our alliance with Arabia actually has now faded. And the era of alliances may have ended and passed. Alright, well, they will... Okay. They don't really like the rest... No, I don't want to declare a surprise war. Why did it even go to that option? What I wanted is I want to make a deal and I want to make an alliance, okay? I've actually got quite a sizable empire. They're probably size-wise, city-wise, one of the only guys that can kind of come close to our size in terms of cities. They will be there to watch. Teddy does not like us anymore. Wow, we really got a negative, and they're probably hating us the most because of the different governments. But whatever. Musketmen? Maybe? Commercial hub. What's the great merchant? Increases trade capacity by 125 plus. Alright. I could live with that. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get Alan Turing, but that's okay. Let's go with commercial. Yeah, let's do commercial hub. Let's why not? Give me a library. We will get research labs soon enough. Build me a musketman. It'll take you forever, but why not? Start getting some of these guys back into cities. Like, you go to Abydos for no particular reason other than because. You go to Sais. You go to Mendez. You come around here. Privet, or Privateer. Buenos Aires. For some reason I remember them actually having a pretty good bonus. I forget what they do, though. Let's hit next turn. Yep, unit needs orders. You can stay there. Maybe the bombard. No, the bombard doesn't need to stay there, so we're gonna get a musket in one turn. Hit next turn. Buenos Aires, what is your... Oh! Bonus resources behave like luxury resources, providing one amenity per type. Ooh. That is a good one. Depending on... Yeah, we got quite a bit of bonus resources. That could actually solve our amenity issue from the leftover war wariness. I don't care. I don't care about Amsterdam. That's actually kind of weak. I don't really care about them. Double experiences from... that would have been nice earlier. Yay! We have enough musketmen to get replaceable parts. Excellent. You stay put in Rock Cadet. You give me a farm. The Potala Palace can be done in 17 turns here, and it was 20. So let's build the Potala Palace in Rock Cadet. We will put it on the desert hill up there because who cares about that tile? Although maybe I shouldn't have done that because if I switched ownership back to Thebes, it actually would have been a decent tile, but oh well. It happens. It happens. Where is this city? What city am I even in right now? Let's X out of this. Choose Memphis. Okay, thank you. Memphis. Memphis, give us more campus research grants. And Edfu. Edfu, just build us a musketman. Now, I believe Abydos can buy this tile. Well, Memphis or Abydos could have bought that tile, but we want a farm. We should actually probably improve the fish. And once upon a time, we were going to build a harbor in Abydos right there, but that plan somewhere along the way got sidetracked. I actually want the musketmen to defend. I don't really want anything else to defend there. So the bombard can stay outside of the city. No particular reason other than I just feel like a bombard is not a suitable defensive unit versus a crossbowman. A crossbowman seems much more defensive oriented to me. No, 15 turns for the Battle Palace. And I guess we actually could have built it along the river here somewhere, like right here. I guess we could have sacrificed that mine for it. Oh, I am untrustworthy in this world. This is the worst kind of violence. What do you hate me for? I occupy... Well, that's a reasonable reason to hate me, but again, your fault. You were the aggressor. You started the war. Both times. Not even the second. It wasn't even a war of revenge. I mean, sure, I was plotting it, but, you beat me to the punch. First, you got with France. You went to war with me. Then you got with, with the Romans and went up against me. And, I mean, what's next? You gonna get with the Brazilians and try to open up a multi-front war here where I've got to split it across east and west? And,
Let's get on our knees and pray.
I might just start going... Actually, I don't want to make the same mistake I made last time where... I simply neglected to put traders in Rockadet, and as a result, we lost the valley. Ironclad. Barbarian ironclads. We lost the Valley Wonder because, it was by, like, one turn. And had I just put... Yay, we can do field cannons. I could have switched my policies, and I totally missed it. Oh, wow. No, I've got one turn for colonialism. Holy crap. I've been wasting all this time. Let's upgrade the crossbowmen while we still have the, discount for upgrading units, because it is, 230 gold. And crossbowmen. Well, actually, now that we're so close to battleships and artillery, what I'm thinking is we'll save... we'll hard build civil engineering. We'll finish that because, we're not going to get as many varied districts as that. I mean, I'm sure... See, I've built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I'd have to build an encampment and an aqueduct, I'm sure, to get that, and I just know. That's all I got for you. I'm sorry, I don't have a better reason other than just know. I'm sure somebody's squirming about, maximizing the boosts and techs and everything like that for a more optimal playthrough, but I've honestly discovered by this point of the game, you don't necessarily need to focus on any kind of boosting. Of course, it does certainly help, but you're much better off just beelining and going straight for what you want versus trying to get, boosts for every little thing. Ooh! P.O. Tahi. I actually like this wonder quite a bit because it's just I do like these natural wonders that give bonuses to tiles around them, because they do end up being quite useful. I forget the name of my favorite one, but it doubles the yields around the tiles around it, and it's like a 2-tile mountain, and that is nuts. That is I mean, if you find that one, 2 tiles mountains, I forget the name of it. I'll probably hate myself for forgetting the name of it, but it is... Oh, God, Broadway. Oh, Teddy always gets Broadway. It is quite amazing that you build 2 cities around it. Just get 2 cities around it, minimum 1, go to war over it. The double yields don't apply to improvements on it, so it won't double improvement yields, because that would be just insanely overpowered, but it does do the base yield double, and that's quite nice. And I'm thinking at this point, the whole world is almost denouncing us except for Arabia. I am thinking that once we get battleships here, that we do just start declaring war on people, just to at least make this entertaining, because we We do have some risk of losing out on. We do have some risk of losing out on a victory, potentially from culture, from Teddy. But overall, the likelihood of that happening is very, very low. I mean, and otherwise this game will basically just be turn, 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 doing what we have been doing for a little bit. But I will send this trade route to Toronto because even though I want to get some extra production out of there, I don't really, to not repeat the same mistakes as before, I don't really care if it's going to be extra fast or anything like that. Get me an extra musketman and Swinet. I do want to have, cores everywhere as much as possible. Where is this trade? This is coming out of Edfu. Go to Rockadet. And I think we're actually getting the builder bonus from, yeah, we're getting the builder bonus from the pyramids. That's excellent. I do just want to make sure, that we continue to, because the more and more military power we have, the less likely the AI is to declare a surprise war against us. Which is fun as, watching the AI suffer from penalties with, from declaring surprise war in terms of warmongering with everybody else. It is something that, it does, getting declared surprise war on does tend to throw random wrenches in the plan. If for no other reason, then it brings back the war wariness problem. And, war wariness is not that punishing in this game. It takes -5 amenities before anybody starts to riot in any of your cities, but the production hit isn't, too extreme. But it is just annoying when we're trying to build up additional infrastructure and things like that. Raw Cadet, I might actually not build a campus or anything like that in right now when it goes over to 10 population, because I do want to get a spaceport up, and I want to get a spaceport up relatively soon. I'll typically build 3 spaceports in the highest producing cities, and I don't want to have to wait for population to tick over in a city like Raw Cadet because it does go very, very slowly. So we're going to keep that last. We're going to keep that last one going pretty slowly. Will I... Here's the thing. Do I remove my spies from Brazil? Do I... I think he's already angry at us, so I'm not going to make a promise. I'm not going to make that promise. I'll insult him. I don't care. I'm actually going to opt for an internal trade route because I want some extra production here. And that did shave off 1 turn in Rockadet. So that's good. See, it takes 38 turns for this to tick over. So we do want to preserve... Did I build a campus in the... I guess I did. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but yeah. We'd have some time. More campus research grants. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, so good. So Thebes is still open. Thebes, we don't want to build the campus out, even though it'll only take us 4 turns, because it is getting 67 production per turn. We'll actually make a space project here. But for now, commercial hub investment. And our escape route will go by foot. And he failed to steal a tech. And he was captured. I see. Well, that sucks. That's more typical of my spy experience in this game. Let's see if Brazil will trade for him back. Because 62. You're on crack. I'm sorry, Hotep. You know what? We are gonna wait until we invade Brazil. For some reason or another. I think you might be our reason to go to war, so your capture will not be in vain. You know, you're a college student. You were there. You know, you were only taken. You know, you were in the research lab for a school project, and you know, it's just a travesty that the Brazilians would steal a student and put them in prison for a wrongful crime. You know, we are not going to take this sitting down. We will save you. We will go to war for you. We will burn Rio to the ground. Well, we won't burn it to the ground because it's actually a decent city, but we will do everything in our power to take it back. And that is my solemn promise to you as the representative of Ra, God of the open sky. Ooh, and we have modern era.
There are three things extremely hard: steel, a diamond, and to know oneself.
Excellent. And I will switch back to colonialism. I could have switched that earlier, but I don't, you know, I didn't feel like it, is what I'm going to go with. How many total texts? Huh. So here's the deal. I'm going to go electricity. Because only 7 turns. And actually, I think I can get that boost. I'm going to buy that boost, actually. I'm going to buy a frigateer. Where do I want to buy the frigateer? Let's buy the frigateer. Or privateer, not frigateer. I've called privateers everything other than privateers, like for half this game. So buy the privateer. We've got the Eureka bonus for it now. So that will be 4 turns, which is excellent. The Eiffel Tower, 65 turns. You know, late game wonders always have insane amount of production time, and it's Give me commercial hub investments. I feel like I haven't ever played a game with this many city projects that I've worked. I mean, this is just this is... And I've certainly had games where I've had more production in... Oh, that was the wrong way to go. Per turn. Now, Battleship for 230 gold. This is awesome. I love this policy, 50% reduced. So, Battleship. 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 We're actually going to be quite poor. We might want to upgrade some artillery next, but... Battleship. And do we have any frigates left? I believe we have some exploring. We have 2 exploring. Seeing as how this is part of our once, you know, great Raw fleet, you know, we'll put them in a museum or something. Artillery. And who knows, we might keep, you know, we might want to keep the 50% upgrade around for a few more turns, just to kind of even things out. Let's check how much amenities behind. I think after colonialism ticks over, we'll put in a cut. Now that we've gone through another 11 turns. Well, we've gotten past the 10 turns of peace with Gandhi, so, I mean, I guess he's not, you know, that eager to go to war with us right away right now. And almost tempted to just finish the deal with the guy already, because this city is very tempting.
Colonialism, imperialism, and war also originated in the human brain.
Plus 100% production towards the naval units there. That would be slightly powerful, but we don't really care too much. We're going to get rid of Professional Army for a little bit right now. We will switch back to that in a bit once we get some more gold up. Just to... Let's actually check on the amenity situation. How far are we actually behind by? -2 in Thebes, -2 in Rocket. So we're -2 pretty much across the board. That should start going away with natural history with the zoo. We'll be able to get some extra things. We can claim a great person. We can claim Tesla. And who is the next great person coming out of the engineer bracket? And that is John Roebling. +1 amenity and +2 housing. Not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that one. We actually... Mary Leaky we might pass on because we don't have any artifacts, but we might also snag it because we might want to prevent the generation of tourism, but I don't think the AI generally goes after artifacts too much, so I think we can skip this one safely and let Rome get it. We might just stop doing our campus projects for that very reason. Not that that means I want to stop them right now, because I think that actually does carry over. Campus research. Wow, it's taking 5 turns now for that. Okay. I wonder what changed. Keep building me some more musket men. And we are... Okay, so we're -2 amenities. Our government, we need to switch over. I'll keep science for right now because science is good. But we do want to... Yeah, +1 amenity to all cities with at least 2 specialty districts. That's fine. We can go back to being liberals. And I am more or less okay with this. This is keeping our culture competitive. That's fine. And this city. Oh yeah, entertainment complex for sure. And yeah, we'll put it, oh, right here might be a little bit better. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Actually, yeah, we'll put it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is. I think this is going to be the best spot overall for that right now. And it's not like it can do much else. We have 2 envoys to send. Hong Kong is we are no longer suzerain of Hong Kong. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. We're gonna put an envoy in that. We're gonna get that back, and we're gonna tick off. We're gonna tick off whoever. Let's see. Who's going after Hong Kong? Who's influence? Rome. All right. Well, Rome's already angry at us. Whatever. What else do we got here? Build a farm. You know, the Battleship Armada, we are going to have to find something for you guys to do, because this is too good to have just sitting around. And I think Brazil might just be the place to go. Now, we are going to send this spy into action. Who doesn't like us and who has a lot of science. And we are leading science finally, or we are at least tied for most techs, but we do have way more science per turn than the next guy. Trajan, we are going to send it after Trajan because Trajan is the next most techs. We know where Rome is, I believe. Yes. We're going to put him in Rome. And the reason we're going to put him in Rome is Tesla... Make sure that's Rocketets. Okay, so that is Rocketets. So Tesla will go there. That'll extend the bonuses of Rocketets production even further for their industrial zone, which is good. We will form a core out of Edfu. Get into ridiculous amount of unit maintenance right now. Alright, we're finally at next turn. So let's go with a recap. At the end of turn 222, we are at 1555 AD. We have pulled ahead. We are on top of science. We are the leaders in science right now. We are way out-teching. Our science per turn is at 167 per turn. Pedro is at second place with the same amount of technology, but 92 science per turn. Trajan right behind him at 93 science per turn. The Arabians at 87, and it just goes down from there. You know, the Americans and the Spanish are not very tech-oriented people. Culture victory. Teddy has not gained much in the way of new tourism, but he's still on top of the culture game, but we are slowly creeping. The only reason we are behind Gandhi is because our tourism per turn is less than Gandhi's. But otherwise, our actual culture production per turn doubles most of the rest of the world, and in fact is only trailing Teddy, who is very well suited for culture. Domination, our military has stayed strongly at 1700, with our player score of 407, and nobody else is even... Well, Gandhi is starting to recoup his military. He's gone back up from his low of 699 to 1100. Looks like he is gearing up for war just like we are. And it looks like war, except for Trajan, across the board, people are arming and getting ready for some kind of version 3 of war. Religion, Gandhi has actually lost an extra city. He's gone from 15 converted cities to 14, so he is falling behind there. And score-wise, nobody is ever even close. We are at 407 score. The next highest is America at 281, so we are well above the pack. We will continue to hold this into the advantage into the later game. The only thing we are worried about victory-wise is America's tourism at 40. You know, he is at 43 out of 197. Now that the rest of the world is starting to get more tourists, he is starting to lose that early advantage. But he does have the Broadway as per usual, so we are just going to continue to keep an eye on him. And religion-wise, no change. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode.